Before history was ever written, before borders, cities, or colonizers, there were people who walked with the land. They were not conquerors. They were listeners, dreamers, storytellers, healers, hunters. They are the Khoi and the San, known today as the first people of southern Africa and possibly the oldest continuous culture on Earth. In this video, we go back to the dawn of humanity to meet the first people whose story is older than time itself. Let's start our journey. When we think of ancient civilizations, images come to mind: pyramids, pharaohs, emperors. But what if I told you that in the heart of Africa, there's evidence of people living in harmony with nature tens of thousands of years before these empires even existed? Welcome to the world of the Khoi and the San, a place where time seems to have started its journey. But how do we travel back so far? We don't need a time machine. We need archaeology. And the clues it has left us are nothing short of astonishing. Bones, tools, paintings, each one a thread weaving the tapestry of the past. Let's unravel it together. The archaeological record reveals that the ancestors of the Khoisan people arrived in southern Africa over 100,000 years ago. That's right, 100,000 years. To put that in perspective, ancient Egypt, one of the world's earliest civilizations, began around 3100 BC. This means that the Khoi and the San were already here 99% of the time since the beginning of human history. Their genetic markers are among the oldest in the human lineage, predating all other groups alive today. Long before the rise of ancient Egypt, before Sumer, before the Indus Valley or the Mayans, the San were already living in harmony with nature, hunting, gathering, dancing, painting, dreaming. If the earth had a voice, it would sound like the Khoi and the San. Their connection to the land is woven into their very being. The word Khoisan is actually a colonial term, a blanket term used by outsiders to categorize these distinct peoples. In reality, there are two, the San and the Khoi. Now let's take a closer look at the San, also called Bushmen in colonial times. Imagine waking up before sunrise, the cool air brushing against your skin as you track the movement of the sun in the sky, understanding its rhythm, its language. This is the world of the San. Picture yourself as a sand hunter, your senses heightened, your steps silent, as you follow the tracks of an animal, reading the signs in the soil, the stars, the wind. You are not just walking, you are conversing with the land, understanding its whispers. This is the San way, a life deeply intertwined with the pulse of nature. The San were nomadic hunter-gatherers. Their days were filled with the tasks essential to survival, tracking animals, gathering plants, crafting tools. Yet this simplicity was far from primitive. Their societies were deeply spiritual, egalitarian, and rich in symbolism. Every action, whether hunting, dancing, or storytelling, was part of a sacred web connecting them to the land, their ancestors, and the spirits of the world. They lived without kings or hierarchies, valuing balance and harmony. Decision-making was communal, with women holding power and autonomy. Children were raised not just by parents, but by the entire group. This was a world where every member was vital, where wisdom was earned through experience and respect. Then we have the Khoi, sometimes called Khoi, meaning men of men. Imagine a vast plain stretching as far as the eye can see, dotted with grazing cattle, each animal a heartbeat in the landscape. This is the realm of the Khoi, a world of pastoralists. Picture yourself as a Khoi herder, tending to your cattle, moving in seasonal cycles, trading with other groups along the coast and inland. Your days are filled with the tasks of herding, the protection of your animals, and the rhythms of the seasons. This is the Khoi way, a life guided by the needs of your herd and the cycles of nature. Over time, the Khoi and San lived alongside one another, often blending customs, but they were never one and the same. Both groups shared a deep reverence for the land, a respect born from a profound understanding of nature's rhythms. Yet their ways were distinct, shaped by their unique interactions with the environment. One of the most striking aspects of the Khoisan cultures is their language, the clicks. Now, you might be wondering why their languages include sounds that seem almost musical but are anything but. Well, these clicks weren't just linguistic quirks. They're echoes of the oldest spoken language in human history, still alive today. When you hear them, it's as if the earth is speaking through a human voice, raw, rhythmic, and wise. Their oral traditions carry tales of creation, of their connection to the land, of heroes and spirits. Stories were more than entertainment. They were a way of transmitting knowledge, values, and history. Each tale was a thread in the grand tapestry of their culture, passed down around campfires under the starlit sky, ensuring that the past wasn't just remembered, it was lived, and then everything changed. In the 1600s, when the Dutch arrived at the Cape, they brought with them diseases that devastated the Khoisan populations. To make matters worse, they initiated a brutal campaign to steal the lands, resources, and even the cattle of the Khoisan. The Khoi were among the first to face the colonizers, initially trading livestock, then facing displacement and loss. Land was taken, cattle stolen, and lives shattered. The San, meanwhile, were hunted like animals, and entire families were wiped out in campaigns that history often refuses to name for what they were: genocide. By the late 1800s, both groups were nearly erased from the land they had nurtured for millennia, but they did not vanish. Their blood runs through thousands of South Africans, often unknowingly. Their songs, symbols, and stories still whisper from caves, firelight, and wind. Today, descendants of the Khoi and San are reclaiming their heritage, fighting for land rights, cultural recognition, and spiritual healing. To understand the importance of this struggle, picture yourself walking into a museum and seeing your ancestors reduced to artifacts, their culture displayed as relics of a bygone era. It's a painful reminder of a history that's been buried, ignored, or worse, distorted. But the Khoisan are not just survivors. They are resilient storytellers, keeping their cultures alive through art, music, and activism. They are the living memory of a time before time, a testament to the human spirit's tenacity. Today, their struggle resonates with anyone who has ever felt the ache of displacement or the sting of cultural erasure. Their fight is a reminder that history isn't just about dates and battles. It's about people, their cultures, and their enduring legacy. It is a call to listen to the voices that history has silenced and to learn from a wisdom born from a deep connection to the earth. The story of the Khoisan is not just an ancient tale. It's a living legacy. It's a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity, a celebration of cultural resilience, and a reminder of the wisdom embedded in the rhythm of the earth. It's a story that calls for acknowledgement, understanding, and most importantly, action. Because their struggle is a mirror reflecting our collective past, present, and future. It challenges us to confront the shadows of history and to strive for a future where diversity is celebrated and rights are respected. It's a story that urges us to listen to learn and to stand in solidarity with those who've walked this earth, before us, ensuring that their legacy isn't just preserved in museums, but lived in our hearts and actions every day. So the next time you hear the haunting melody of a Khoi song or see the intricate patterns of a San painting, remember, you're not just witnessing art. You're connecting to a living legacy that whispers tales of resilience, wisdom, and the enduring spirit of humanity. If you found this video insightful, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe for more historical journeys. Your engagement fuels our journey through time. Thank you for watching.